Hello, welcome back to Virtuous HR. My name is Deanna. I own Virtuous HR Solutions. So I help small business owners build trust with employees to prevent lawsuits using HR techniques. And today is a small business spotlight day. So I just finished interviewing my small business owners, plural, and I just ran some errands, but I'm home now and I wanted to make sure this introduction was absolutely perfect, which is why I'm filming it after the interview. So this couple and his husband and wife are not your typical small business owners when you think of a small business owner or entrepreneurs. They do things their way because it works best for them and they have the track record to prove it works. So I want you to please sit back, enjoy, and learn from this couple on how they make their business their own and how not all small businesses are the same. So, I want you to tell me who you are and what your business is.
Okay, so I'm Laura Millen. Let's see, I actually am retired from state government.
Oh, wow.
Did 33 years in state government. The last job I had was a manager of bank examiners. I retired in 2011.
Oh, not that long ago.
Uh,
It's like 11 years ago?
yes, and actually with this business, I had been retired 3 years when my husband brought this business home.
Okay.
I remember telling him, I'm retired, I ain't doing nothing. I said, but let me take a look at it just to see what you're about to do.
Okay.
And as soon as I took a look at it,
Okay.
I was ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it did.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I'm Ronnie Millen, and the company we're with is ACN. And of course, I'm a former educator. I did that for 33 years, was a high school football coach, high school baseball coach. Stopped doing that in 2013.
Okay.
And then still taught for a few more years, and that's when, I started this business. A friend of mine approached me about it, and our tax person had been telling us for years that we needed to get a little business to be able to help us on our taxes.
Yeah.
So really, that's the only reason why we took a look at it. We were just
Okay.
looking, okay, well, we'll be able to save on taxes. We wasn't really thinking about doing a business. We
Okay.
wasn't
Yeah.
sure about, doing network marketing, and we had never done it before. And but we kind of liked this one because it was like, okay, well, we're not selling any products, so let's just
Yeah.
take a look at it.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of how we got going.
And then now y'all love it, right?
We love it. I mean, just could not imagine the last 8 years without it.
Yes.
Now, when I retired, we've got several grandchildren. So all I could think was, I'm going to be able to spend time with the grandchildren.
yes.
But what I realized later was, the grandchildren are busy. They were just sitting around waiting for me to retire, right?
They got things to do.
Right, yeah, so this has really been rewarding. We've met so many different people.
Yes.
It's been nice to meet people that we would not have met
Exactly.
except for this business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's definitely something I tell everybody. If I
Mhm.
hadn't started my business, I don't think I would have met anyone.
Yes.
You wouldn't have known how many small business owners were actually in your community, and that's what I tell everybody. I love being a small business owner just because of the people I meet.
Right.
You already said what you did before starting your business, and that you're both retired. Do you miss it? What you did before you started?
No, I don't. I mean, I will always be grateful for that job. I started out in 1978 as a secretary typist for the state of Georgia. I went to Georgia State at night, got my accounting degree, ended up in the state banking department where I ended my career. So, I mean, I get a pension. I'm just so thankful and grateful for that opportunity. But there's nothing like working for yourself.
Yes.
That whatever efforts I put into it, I'm going to get rewarded for it. I'm not going to someone trying to explain to them why I deserve to earn more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, Coach, you miss it?
Well, I don't, because I kind of still get my fix doing this. So basically, I was coaching, and I got out of coaching, and I had enough time to retire at the time, but I just decided that I wanted to, do a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So now I'm at an elementary school,
Oh.
and I did not like elementary school. I love the children love me, but going from 28 years of middle and high school to 4-year-olds and 5-year-olds and on up to 11-year-olds, it was a different experience.
Yeah.
And, but the reason I did that was because I realized, I'm like, wow, if I retire, I'm going to lose 40% of my income.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I wasn't ready to lose 40% of my income. And this thing had started working a little bit for us. So then I said, well, the focus changed. Said, okay, so if I can just do this and part-time, because that's how it was, just a little part-time thing, and and if I could replace that 40%, then I can retire. So basically, it took me about 3.5 years to do that. And when I realized that this business was actually booming at the time, it was in November. I went into my principal's office and I said, I'm retiring in December. I'm not coming back after Christmas.
All right.
And he said, you're not going to finish the year? I'm like, no. I mean, I've already done 3.5 years extra. And elementary was, like I said, it was not for me. But doing this business, I'm still coaching. So I'm coaching my team. I'm coaching people on how to earn money, because that's what this business is mostly about. We within the chamber, so we get customers, but our main goal is also to get business partners that we can help coach them up and teach them to be able to earn extra money. And again, like I said, so once I reached that, that goal of replacing that income, the business was booming. So once then I retired, and then in that 4th year, when I was retired and just working this business, I was able to replace my entire income.
Yeah.
So then I knew that, okay, this is what we needed to be doing. I mean, it started off as just something to write off taxes.
Yeah.
And it ended up being something that where we just helped so many other people, because the success of this business is, being a servant leader, and we have to help others to earn money in order for us to make money.
Exactly. My mom is a teacher now. She teaches at an early college. She says those that does elementary school, you have to love the kids. Other than that, you go up, you love the subject. So she said, I love the subject, I don't love the kids. But she started her business for the same reason, was the tax business. And she does photography. And that's her thing now. So she wants to retire and do this full time. So same boat. She's in the same boat. So, and you already told me when you knew it was time to start your business. We already went over that. So, did you have any support in the beginning when you started?
Yes. So, fortunately, the people who brought this business to us are phenomenal leaders in the business, and they're just wonderful people. So, Dr. Terry Young, he's actually a principal of a high school, but he does this business part-time.
Okay.
And then his wife, Reverend Casey Young, does this business part-time. But they have been so supportive, and what we've learned from them with their leadership, we're trying to emulate.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, because when we joined this business, like I said, we had no idea of what was going on. But because he was such a great leader, and I just became a sponge, and I just followed him around everywhere he went, because I saw where he was successful.
Oh, okay.
He was, high up in the company. He was driving one of the free cars. He was, he was an executive director.
Yeah.
So those were my goals, and I was able to accomplish those things by following him, because when we first started, we were nervous. We didn't want to do presentations. He did all of that for us.
Oh,
I mean, if we had to go to North Carolina, we had something going in Charlotte, he drove to Charlotte to do the presentation.
Right there with us.
Oh,
when we had
that's
something going on in
amazing.
South Carolina, he went to South Carolina. We started having home meetings here. He came here and did the presentation for us. So,
That is amazing.
yes.
Tell her what he said about us, though.
But, again, he tells people now, he tells them the story that when he signed us up, because I used to coach his son.
Okay.
And he didn't present the business with me for 2 years. because he just felt like, I was kind of laid back, too laid back, and I probably wouldn't do anything. But my wife was quiet and laid back. But of course, he tried to get his wife, but she told him, she says, Doc, when I drop my son off at 8, coach is there.
Yeah.
When I pick him up at 8, coach is there.
Yeah.
So when is he going to have time to do business? So I kind of got out of coaching, and then that's when he approached me. And he thought that we were, and now he tells people that, I prejudge them. And so you never prejudge. And he said, I have over 10,000 people in my organization, and we're his number one producers.
Oh, wow. He
Yes.
said that? I'm 10,000?
Yes, we're his number one producers, yes.
That's amazing. And I love that he was there from step one all the way to now.
Exactly.
And now y'all get to do it
We do
for
the
someone
same
else.
thing, yes.
I love that support.
And then we get a lot of support just from the company. So they supply our website. We don't have to have one personally. They supply that. All of our commissions are accounted for back there, and then they issue the 1099. All the training for all the different services that we offer back there in our back office, along with flyers and videos and Q&As.
Yes.
All of our business partners are back there, and it kind of helps us help them promote through the ranks.
Yes.
So we can see what their next rank is, so that we can kind of help, get them to that next part. So the company really supplies a lot in terms of training and helping us stay on the right track.
Yes. And what I love is people think small business owner, they don't work for like another company, under another company, but really you are your own business. You're doing everything. You have to do the promotion, you have to go out there and talk to people. You are still a small business, and some people think, no, you have to, there's different ways to be a small business owner. Yes, and that's what I love about you too. This is showing people a different way to have your own business and run it.
Yeah, and you're exactly right, because we've had people to, when they hear that word MLM and network marketing, and I noticed that when I'm in some of the networking groups, and even when we join the chamber, there are other people that's doing network marketing, but they don't admit to it. I mean, my thing is we let people know up front what we're doing. And because there's nothing wrong with network marketing. I mean, Bill Gates, and he said if he had to do life all over again, it would be through network marketing, because network marketing produced a lot of millionaires.
Exactly.
Because Robert Kiyosaki said the same thing. So so we enjoy it. We now got a better understanding after we did professional development about it, and then. So now we just try to make sure we train and teach our people. So we don't get offended when people turn up their nose when they hear with network marketing, because a lot of people have had bad experiences with it.
Or they just don't understand it, and they just think, oh, I don't know what it is, and then just turn away from it. Exactly. That's what a lot of people, even with HR, oh, I don't want to do HR, it's so expensive. Okay.
Well, one of the most powerful things I can say to people is that, it took me 33 years to get to my highest salary in teaching. And doing this business part-time pretty much for 4.5 years, I was able to surpass that salary. So,
Amazing.
Yes. My husband told me something. He said the CEO is never going to pay you enough to live next to him.
Wow.
And I have never, I'm like, that is so true.
Wow, that is so profound.
And exactly, it says so much and so little. I'm like, that is an accurate statement, and everybody needs to hear it.
Yes.
And just know that, okay, so he told me that. I was like, so I'm doing the right thing, right?
Yes, you are.
But it was just mind opening and just craziness. But anyway, we're gonna go back to the question.
Okay.
So, how much time do you dedicate to your business?
Well, it's hard to say a particular amount of time. So, since you've been here, my phone has rung.
Yes.
And so if a customer calls, of course, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yes.
If not, then I am looking at advertising.
Okay.
How can we get the word out there about what we do? We've got a team So we try to make sure we train the team. So generally we do trainings on Wednesday evenings for an hour
Okay.
on a current subject. Now we've not been doing training the past few weeks because we have a new service that will be launching this coming Monday. So that's going to be Impact Health Sharing. It's an alternative for health insurance.
Okay.
So we're real excited about that. So right now we've just got the team staying plugged in to all the training that's coming from the company on that.
Okay.
We kind of do our business as we live.
Yeah.
You know, if we see someone who could, you know, benefit from what we're doing, we're
Yes.
talking to them about it. We really just want to educate people about what we're doing.
Yes.
And then they can decide if it's something that they might want to do. It's amazing how many times it may not be them,
Yes.
but they know someone.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we just kind of work as we live. What do you think, Coach?
Yeah, definitely. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, like there's certain parts of the business that she handles, and there's certain parts of the business I handle. But
Okay.
but again, and some examples of that is like, I mean, you know, we went to New York City to do we had a cousin there, and we did a presentation
Mount
for her in
Vernon.
Mount Vernon, New York. We did the presentation there, and then we went and Jordan, New York. I mean, she was signing up customers as we were riding on the double-decker bus. You know,
The trolley bus.
I mean,
Yes.
if we're in Cancun, we go on amazing trips with this company, and we're still working and signing up customers while we're there. So, I mean, we can be riding in the car, and a customer will call. She got her little stuff that she uses that she
Yeah.
sign them up as we're driving. So,
Yeah.
you know, we kind of try to do ACN as you live your life, and if we run into somebody and we're just having a conversation, and they
Ask you what you do.
yeah, or they complaining about something, and they say,
Yeah.
well, hey, I may have something you may want to look at.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's in the line at Walmart. You know, I met a young lady one time in the Burlington line, and
Wow.
she, you know, we were just talking, and then I taught her about the business. She joined the business.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, so I mean, you know, so it's just it's one of those type things that we kind of do the business as we live, but we're also open to, you know, our team calling us all the time too, because
Right.
Yes.
they have questions and they may need to know, or they need that somebody's new. We, you know, help them, you know, learn how to sign up customers, learn how to enroll business partners and things like that. So,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so pretty much all day as things just happen. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, we just
Just go with the flow. If it comes
Yes.
up, it comes up. And yeah. But you still get to play and enjoy your life.
Exactly.
So you're not restrained to like a desk or a building. You're out enjoying life and showing people this is
Right.
what my business is supporting. That I can be here with you
Yes.
having this conversation and I still run my business.
It is truly a home-based business.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those honestly, I love those the best. All right, so let's talk about financial situations before starting, and did you consider it a factor when you started?
Well, my husband talks about the tax benefits.
Yes.
And those were important, but when I first looked at the business, I saw where you can earn trips. And I have been retired 3 years, and what I knew was that traveling is very expensive.
Yes.
And so I told him if we could just earn a trip every year, it would be amazing. Now, he later told me that he was thinking when I said that, we ain't gonna earn no trips. That's for the people who really earn some money.
We had just signed up for tax purposes. We wasn't talking about, you know, because I was like, I'm not going to no meetings every week. I mean, we just did this, I mean, to be able to write off stuff, you know, write off the trips that we go on and things like that. And you know, then she saw the video and saw those trips, and lo and behold, we've been on 9 free trips. And,
In less than 8 years.
yeah, so, you know, but as far as the financial part of it, you know, when, like I said, Laura, she had a great retirement. So when she retired, there was really no incentive for her to have to go, and you know, because her income didn't change much.
Yes.
With me, I was going to lose 40%.
Yeah.
Which means, you know, that's almost, you know, that sounds like almost half. And I just wasn't, you know, ready to do that. I mean, at the time, I was still, you know, relatively young. I was 51 years old, and I'm like, okay, well, I still can do this. I'd rather do this a little bit longer and then see if this is going to work. And
exactly.
then once it started going, we started putting a lot of focus and emphasis on it. And but financially, like I said, I was a teacher. You know how we get paid. So
Yes.
So that was the the big difference in the business and getting started was because I needed that to replace that income.
Yeah. But you made those free trips. You got those trips
We
though.
got
She
those
said you was
trips.
going to get those trips. You got those trips.
And they have been amazing. And what I didn't realize at the time was that not only is the trip free, but they plan it. So I'm not going to TripAdvisor trying to figure out what hotel to stay at, what excursions to do.
That is amazing.
We've been to Grand Cayman, we've been to Cancun, we've been to Jamaica. We were supposed to go to London and Paris in 2020, and then COVID hit. But I mean, we've been to some amazing places, and then you're with people that you know.
Okay, that's good.
We've swam with stingrays. We've gone up in a hot air balloon.
So some things you would never thought about doing.
Exactly. Yes.
I love that. And then you don't have to worry about, because my thing is, my sister loves to travel, but she doesn't like to plan. I love to plan stuff, but I don't know about doing all the stuff that she wants to do. So I love that they planned it out for you. You don't have to worry about it. Stress free. So the only thing you had to do was pack your bags, get on the plane.
Exactly.
Let's see, were you still afraid, or how did you deal with that fear when you started your business?
Okay. So I guess the fear would be getting no's to the business. And I probably took those a little bit more personally than someone else, because once I looked at it, I saw it.
Okay.
So if I had looked at it and been like, I don't know about that. But no, I looked at it and I saw it. So when I would talk to someone and they would say, well, let me think about it. Think about it?
Let me
do some research. Research? Yes, I just had to adjust to everyone who said that.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody wasn't like me.
Yeah, and just pretty much what we did was we ended up just studying, doing professional development, just learning and reading and looking at videos and different people and who have had success doing these things, and then we just kind of and then we patted ourselves after Dr. Young, because like I said, I just became a sponge and followed him around. I was his do boy. I was carrying the bags and, as he did presentation all over everywhere. Yeah. And people were kind of like, "Why are you always picking up his?" I'm like, "Hey, just let me do this." I mean, because I'm a coach, and I know that we're the when you're a coach, you steal from everybody. Yeah. When you see something that's successful, and that was what we learned as a coach. You don't follow a system. Yeah. He had a system was already in place. There was no sense in me trying to reinvent. Yeah. So I just basically followed the system that was in place, and then that's kind of got the fear out of it, because like I said, we had such a great leader, and then the fact that we just we started on our own, and then he realized that we started doing things on our own, and he was like, "Oh my God," he was like, "Y'all having meetings without me." He
got a little jealous.
Yeah, but he was happy because 'cause that's the ultimate goal in this business is to be able to tell your upline, "Hey, okay, thank you.
We've got this."
But we still talk every day, and and we always tell our teammates too, "Hey, we would love to talk to you every day, because if we know if you're calling me, we know you're working."
Exactly.
So and this, like I said, the business isn't for everyone. Some people get started, and we try to meet people where they are. Some people get in it and they just say, "Hey, I just want to make a few $100s a month." Some people, like it as a social club, and that's okay too.
Yes.
Okay.
Because they'll go to all the big events and they go to this and that, and then we're like, "Oh."
And they're having a good time. And
you flying to Texas for the convention? Yes. Oh, okay. Because they, they like to go to events, and some people, so that aspect of their life. And then eventually, sometimes when they go to the big events, it really open their eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
And they start working. And they
Yes,
see the real
exactly.
picture. It's that gives them that believability.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I've had to learn is that not everybody's for me, and I'm not for everybody.
Exactly.
So that has
Yes.
been my learning lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to take no's very hard, personally, just like
Yes.
you. I did. And I was like,
Yeah.
and I have to tell myself in my head, not everybody's for me, and I'm not for everybody.
Yeah, just don't get attached to the outcome.
Yeah.
Our
Yes.
job is to just share it with people.
And
Because
educate.
we'll tell people all the time, hey, look, just tell us no if it's not something for you. Because
Yeah.
the way it works is, if you sign up and you don't do anything, it doesn't benefit you or us. So,
Yeah, exactly.
so what we try to do is just share the information. We don't get attached to the outcome because we can't really control that.
Yeah.
In a sense, we try not to be overbearing on people. We just try to
Yeah.
share it, and hopefully they'll see that it's beneficial to them, and,
Yes.
and they'll come join the business, or they'll be our customers. And,
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
And one of the other things too, I want to add too, it was Laura's idea for us to join the chamber.
Oh, really?
And at first I was thinking, oh wow, I said, well, those people are business people. They're not gonna want to be,
Oh my goodness.
I'm thinking,
Oh my goodness.
well, I was thinking, they're not gonna want to do this business, but I'm amazed at the support that we've gotten in the chamber
Yes.
and in our leads group, and just has been amazing. We've learned a lot. We've got a lot of them to be customers. We've supported the other businesses as well. So
Yeah.
just love what we're promoting in
Yes.
our leads group.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And another thing that I've learned is you can't control what hasn't happened. So
That's a good one,
Yeah,
yes.
that's another thing. That's another thing about fear. You can't control what hasn't happened. So if it hasn't happened, why are you worried about it? All right. So what are your typical responsibilities that you have to do? I know you said train, answer phone calls.
Yes. So we kind of divvied it up, although we can both do
Okay,
both. But
yeah.
I'm more the person who signs up customers.
Okay.
I'm the one who puts the training together for our new people and for that weekly training that we do. I'm the one who keeps up with our expenses to make sure that they're accounted for. I probably communicate a little bit more with the CPA. We're with Butler Davis. They've been very great to work with. I mean, they go beyond in
That's
terms
wonderful.
of tax planning
Yes.
to make sure that we're keeping as much of what we earn as possible.
Yeah, and they used to be in our leads group.
Oh yeah, they
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Mhm.
I about to say, I heard the name before.
Yes. So those are my typical responsibilities. Oh, I'm the one who sends out information to the team
Okay.
to keep them in the loop. I'm the one who handles the calendar.
Okay.
Because you can imagine if I've got a calendar and he's got a calendar,
Then,
we
yes.
could be in trouble.
Yes.
So I'm the one who handles the calendar.
Yeah, and my responsibilities are just handling most of the calls from the team, troubleshooting when they have issues. So,
Okay.
because sometimes they want to call her, but it's like, no, she got to keep her phone open. So,
Yes.
and so I kind of help troubleshoot all of that, and and then I'm also out looking for new customers,
Okay.
avenues. I also look for new business partners, so
Yeah.
so I handle most of that part, and then also just making sure we, with the new people, because the thing about this type business, when people join it, a lot of times they're thinking that, oh, my sister, my mom, my brother, they're gonna all join, and then when they go to those people and they say no,
Yep.
then they're ready to quit because they think that, because if I can't get my family member, no, because they don't know you as, a person doing electricity or energy or something like that.
Exactly.
That's why you have to put them on the phone with somebody who's been doing it for a while. It's not out of disrespect, because when I first joined the business,
Yeah.
a lot of people were like, well, let me see how you do. I
Yeah.
want to see how you do.
Yeah.
So we try to teach them, I keep talking to them so that when they get those no's, that they'll be ready, because because a lot of times they're ready to quit. So I spend a lot of time making sure that they can build up those calluses for those no's,
Yes.
and so they won't get attached to that
Yeah.
outcome. So so
And there's two of us, which I think works to our advantage. Because if he's on the phone and he has a phone call coming in from a team member and I'm not on the phone, he can say, call so-and-so.
Yes, exactly.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
And I guess even in strategizing, you know, we talk it through. And by the time we talk it through with both of us, I think what we come out with at the end is better than what one of us could have done.
Exactly. Exactly. Two heads are better than one. And then your team members, they have two leaders for support instead of just the one that might not be available when they need it.
Exactly.
I love it. I think that's amazing. Okay. So you don't have any employees, so we don't have to worry about HR. What professional services do you use? I know you said you have a CPA. ACN, they do your website. So what else do you use professional services to run your business?
To run our business,
or you don't have any more? That's it.
I don't think so. I know that we do use Jason Witcher and Edward Jones. And what's good is that he and Nicole at Butler Davis, they will communicate together, which is good.
Yeah, because not a lot of people do that.
And that kind of helps us out in terms of the business. But other than that, I guess really the company kind of supplies us what we need.
That's great.
To be successful in the business.
So what makes your business unique?
Well, the one thing that attracted me to the business, other than seeing those trips I could earn, was we do two things. We give the company customers and we teach others to do the same. So in my retirement, I wasn't looking for another job. I wasn't looking for, you know, something that was going to keep me occupied all the time. And once I saw that, I just thought, I can do that. It's not requiring a lot.
And again, with me, I think it's, you know, like for instance, our energy provider, Zoom Energy, we're, you know, we don't advertise. Okay, so that's different. So a lot of people are, well, I never heard of them. I said, well, that's why we got the cheapest price on the market, because we don't have to pay for billboards. We don't have to pay actors to do commercials. We don't have to buy, you know, stuff at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium advertising and things like that. So you know, so when they do all of those things, then you know that goes back on the consumer. But our company doesn't advertise; they utilize us to get customers. You know, and these are services that people are going to use that they're not going to do without. And that was the other thing that makes it unique with this business is that people are going to talk on their phone. People are going to pay that bill. Nobody's taking cold showers in the dark.
No.
Pay the gas bill. You know, because when COVID hit, you know, we looked at each other and we said, oh my goodness, because, you know, our business was based on having home meetings, going to other people's home, having home meetings, you know, going, you know, but then
going to hotel meetings.
Going to hotel meetings every week, sometimes twice a week. That was the nature of the business, and we thought, oh my goodness, we're not going to make any money. And then we realized, but these are essential services. You know, they're recession proof, and now, you know, it's proven that it's pandemic proof. And, you know, the income hadn't been hurt at all. I mean, it has actually, you know, gotten better each year. And so that's kind of what makes it unique is that, you know, we're not selling products and things like that people are going to cut off as soon as money gets tight.
So any thoughts on the competition? I know you mentioned you don't have to advertise for the gas. So any thoughts on what if someone says, well, I've been with Gas South for so long and all this. So what would you say to someone like that?
Well, normally what I kind of tell them is that, well, you know, Gas South don't know you. You know, Gas South know you by your account number. I mean, you right now, Gas South is paying 25 more cents than we are. And that's going to cost you a lot of money over the course of time. You know, plus you have that personal touch that you can call us. You know, you can't call Gas South at 10 o'clock. A prime example, we were in Grand Cayman One of my customers who owns a restaurant forgot to pay their bill.
Oh.
He calls me at 1 o'clock because they come in at that time of night to start cooking the ribs, and because there was a barbecue joint.
Yeah.
And the gas was off. And he called me, and I'm in Grand Cayman. And of course, I told him, I said, "Now you wouldn't have been able to call gas out there."
just reminding
you. So he called me, and I got on the, I did some things.
Yeah.
Got an emailed the company, and then I gave him a little tip that he could to do that I won't mention, but I gave him a tip because he would have been out of business for 3 days.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah,
Can you imagine?
He would, because that's how long it takes for them to come back out if the gas gets turned off. So I was able to, give him a little tip, and
help
he
him out.
was able to get his gas back on.
Yeah, restaurant not serving food for 3 days.
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Yes.
That's it.
Yes. So
So you don't have any employees. I know you don't have HR department. So you said you don't need to advertise, right? There's no social media that you need to.
Well, we
get
can
on.
do a little bit of social. Now we have to be careful with, especially how we advertise. Like, say for instance, when we went on those trips and things like that, and of course, the company had incentive with the free cars and stuff. So if I posted about our car, I had to put a disclaimer on there.
Oh, yes.
They said not everyone may achieve this.
Okay.
It's based on your
Because a lot of network marketing companies have been shut down because of things like that. You don't want to give people false hope because you have to let them know and be upfront that only a certain amount of percentage of people reach this. So even if we post pictures on our trips, we have to put a disclaimer on it, or else we'll get a call.
And we try to do that even now because we've been in the business so long. Even if it's not a trip that's sponsored by the business, if it's a personal trip, then we'll even put a disclosure there.
Just to be safe.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand because people think, oh, they're going on another trip.
And honestly, that's kind of how we why we post stuff like that, and we can do it that way. And believe it or not, we've had people to call and say, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like I said, "Well, I know you're a teacher just like I am. How are you affording to go on all these trips?" And I said, "Well, hey, I told you about this 5 years ago."
Yeah.
And he was like, "No, you didn't." And I pulled up the text and
showed him proof.
and he was like. And now he's doing the business too, and so we do get people to join like that. I mean, I've had people call and say, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And then we can, because we can't have a Google My Business type thing.
Yes, exactly.
But we can, but we're going to be trying to do some things on LinkedIn, and we're going to also, just try to explore, to see with this new thing, it looks like we're going to have a little bit more leniency. With
Yes.
Yes. Is how do you two measure success?
Well, I measure it in how many people honor us by joining us in the business. And then how they progress in the business.
Okay.
So, as they rank advance, it's rewarding for us.
Yes.
As they do those achievements, as they just accomplish certain goals. Like Coach was saying, if your goal is just to earn a couple of $100s a month, once you reach that goal, we celebrate. If your goal is more than that, then once you reach that goal, you celebrate. Yes. So I measure success in those areas.
Okay. And of course, in these type businesses, everybody's pretty much in it to make money. And, but in order to do that, I see success as helping others to succeed. Because we had several people that earned trips, free trips, and just to see them and to be on those trips with them, and some of them to say, this is the first vacation I've ever been on.
Yes.
Really?
Yes,
Oh
the first vacation I've ever been on, and I mean, because when they go on these vacations, I mean, they pick top-notch resorts
Yeah.
that are like almost like brand new. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
it's almost ain't totally been constructed. I mean, they'd be like, you know, they always pick
Yeah.
top-notch places, and just to see the look in their eyes and to be able to take pictures with them and spend time on their
Yes.
vacation, because this was someone that came into business.
Yeah.
You know, they trusted
Oh, my
them, they
goodness.
trusted us.
Right.
And for us to help guide them to earning a free trip and earning a free vacation. And, you know, because when the company, when we was at the other company that was giving out the cars, we were trying to get, we were like, we don't want to be the only one going on these trips. We don't want to be the only one driving the car. You know, and, you know, and I know we did have one person that was so close, but
Yes.
they didn't come into business at the beginning of the year. They came in
okay.
April, so had they came in, you know, at the beginning of the year, they were 20 customers short of getting that free
Yeah,
sales.
we were working
Yeah,
like
we was
mad.
trying to help them. You know, and, so that's the kind of thing that we judge our success is that how many people that we help and how many people's lives that we change. Because in order to get what we want, that's what we have to do.
Right.
Yes.
You know, and that was the thing too that was very attractive to this business is that, okay, so somebody's not just bringing us in and telling us, okay, go to work. You know,
Right.
they're bringing us in
Yeah.
and they're nurturing us because
exactly.
they know it's going to, you know, our success helps their success.
Yes.
You know, so so that's kind of how we look at success.
Yes. I love that. And that you're there to support them and help them be successful. Because
Yes.
that's absolutely amazing. I love it. Well, anything else you want to share? Any questions for me? Anything you want to tell the YouTube universe about you?
I guess in terms of our team members, what we like to do is interview them
Oh, okay.
and kind of see where their strengths lie. And a lot of times we'll say, your business may not look exactly like ours
Yes.
because you have strengths that we don't have.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we want to talk with them about their opportunities. You know, a
Yes.
lot of times we have opportunities that are just staring us in the face that we don't see
Exactly.
to take advantage of. So
Yes.
just talk with them about the opportunities that they have to help them grow their business. So we like to just spend some time with them
Yeah.
and just kind of shore up any weaknesses that they may have.
Yes.
That's personal development. Yes, we're all into that. Just trying to make us improve ourselves so that that will show in our business.
And not a
Yeah.
lot of people do that. They'll just like, oh, you want to join my team? Come on. And then that's it. So the fact that you said that you actually sit there and talk to them, and
Yeah.
that's something different. That is very different.
Yeah, and to
Yes.
piggyback on what she said, I mean, like I said, everybody's business, because our business doesn't look exactly like the guy that brought us in.
Exactly.
And because, okay, off the bat, we knew that we wasn't going to be like him because he is such a great presenter and a
Yes.
great speaker. As a matter of fact,
Okay.
the company uses him sometimes when we have big conferences to close that, be the person that's the last speaker. I mean,
Oh,
he's
wow.
just that great at being
right.
a speaker.
That's
And
it.
so we knew we weren't going to be able to
That was
duplicate
not our
that.
strength.
That was so we started inviting people over, and we started putting the video on and playing it, and then we would discuss it with them because we knew that wasn't our strength, and we also because that's a lot of the people's biggest fear when they get in these things. They're like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to get up and talk in front of people, and I always tease her that because and that's the other thing I did want to add was that working with her. I mean, when I was a coach, I leave here at 7, I got here at 9.
Yeah.
And she would come to the games on Friday nights, and she'd be up in the stands, and I'd
Right.
probably get
Let
home
you know I'm here.
2 o'clock, you know what I mean? So, I mean, and
Yeah.
then now just being able to work with her, I've just seen a whole different side of her that I didn't know.
Yes.
And and I mean, I didn't think we could get closer, but I mean, the business has actually brought us closer. And I always tease her, about how shy she used to be, and so that's why a lot of times, she's out in the front because I mean, I always let her speak first. I know a lot of times you don't see that, but because I know too, she's a little bit more eloquent than I am.
Isn't he wonderful?
And, but I learned, just to see the growth in her, how her shyness, because we was in Texas and she was up in front and I was just sitting back looking at her and she was up there speaking in front of about 200 people.
Oh my goodness.
And I said,
Can you imagine?
I'll get nervous.
I literally, got up and told him, I said, I just can't believe that's my wife. I said, this company has turned out my wife. And what people normally say is that, hey, the checks will do that.
The checks will do that. You are absolutely right.
Yeah. I love that. So you enjoy working together and
yes, because at first we didn't know how it was going to go because we hadn't worked together before.
Yes.
But I think just kind of naturally, depending on our strengths, we fell into the different responsibilities.
Yes.
Yeah, and divided them up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some husband-wife duos that just didn't work in the business, and y'all figured it out because this is my strength, this is my strength. You work in your strengths,
Yes.
and I love that, and I love that it brought out more of you and brought you
Yes.
closer. So I do love that.